If you want a little core and booty work, you are in the right place. Let me show you what I do on my at-home Pilates Reformer machine to get the absolute most effective core and glute work. As a reminder, you don't have to have the same machine as me. I will walk you through generic spring loads with every single move. So let's get to it. All right, first things first, I am starting with one light spring on. If you're advanced, you can go 0 springs here at the back of your machine. But let's start just in a forearm plank hold. So forearms on your carriage, toes are on your front platform, or if you only have one platform, just on your singular platform. Shoulder blades are away from each other, heels over toes. Pick your core up super tight, belly button to spine with a sharp breath out. That activates your internal core side. And then pressing down through my forearms, picking up through my chest. We'll start some movement, first things with a pike, lifting your hips up, looking back towards your knees, and then dropping your hips right back down. Might be a small movement at first while you're just kind of warming up, and then you can get bigger and bigger, almost like you're folding your body in half like a fortune cookie. Remember, we breathe out as we crunch, in as we lengthen. Try your very bestest not to pull from your hip flexors, but to use your lower core right behind your belly button instead. If you need to restack your core, remember sharp breath out, belly button in. 10 seconds, we'll reach the top of this pike. In 5, hold it there, 3, 2, and 1. Top of our pike, just pulse it up and down, little tiny pulses. We'll go back to our forearm plank hold in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Forearm plank hold. From here, just start to rock the carriage out and in, almost like you're holding a saw, but on your toes. Just rocking the carriage here. 8 seconds together, we'll walk up to our palms. In 3, 2, and 1. Elbows under shoulders, we'll walk up to your palms. High plank hold, hips are still picked up out of the well, shoulder blades away from each other, heels over toes, shift your weight forward. Sharp breath out, brings belly button to spine. From here, cannonball crunch, bend your knees, pull them forward, and then extend your knees right back out. Bend, and extend. Adding an additional light spring if you need more support. This is pretty spicy. If you're up on the palms, cannonball crunch. Or removing your spring, your light spring if you can take more. Back stays super, super flat. Again, pulling from that lower core. We'll go 10 seconds, knees under hips. Just hold it there together in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Knees under hips. Now pick your hips up and down. Like you're rocking a ball from your shoulder blades down to your tailbone. 8 seconds, back to full range of motion. In 3, 2, and 1. Back to full range of motion. We'll stop knees under hips in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Knees under hips. Now combo pulse. Carriage out, carriage in, hips up, hips down. Heading to an ab roller in 10 seconds, knees drop down to your platform, stay up on your palms in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Knees and palms, ab roller, long line from the top of your head, all the way through your tailbone down to your knees. We'll press the carriage out, see how far away from your body you can get the carriage, and then rocking onto the heel of your palms, drag it back in, stop your palms under your shoulders. Just rocking forward and backward, keeping your hips still and out of the well. Finding that spot where it starts to shake right through your core. Once you find that spot, linger there as long as you can. Might be at the halfway point, might be at your furthest point in range of motion. Mine's right about there, right at that halfway point. I start to feel a little quiver. Fun fact, almost every core move in Pilates incorporates chest and shoulders, so it's one of those sneaky couple of areas that even though you're not working directly, start to sneak up on you. I've noticed doing Pilates, the longer I have done it, the more defined my shoulders and my chest have gotten a lot more stronger. 10 seconds, we'll find our halfway hold. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway hold. Now take your knees hip-width distance and reach. Right hand first, left hand second. Try not to dip your hip on the opposite side. We'll use our obliques and of course our center core to help stabilize us. Back to full range of motion, incorporating those serratus anterior muscles right there on the side of your rib cage. In 5, reaching out, 3, 2, and 1. Reaching out and then dragging in. Notice with our knees and hip width distance, your obliques are feeling it a little bit more than with our knees together. We'll find our halfway point, right where it's sticky, right in your challenge point in 5. Hold it there, 3, 2, and 1. Right at that challenge point, now just pulse it. Out an inch, in an inch. Little tiny pulses, out and in. Out and in. 8 seconds, back to your high plank hold. In 3, 2, and 1. If you need to roll out your wrists, roll out your wrists. Sometimes I do. Back to our high plank hold. From here, we got a high pike. 1 high pike, lifting your hips, and then 1 cannonball crunch combo. 1 high pike, 1 cannonball crunch. So the pike, your hips lift up. The cannonball crunch, your back stays super flat. Just moving through this combo movement. We'll finish in a full body arm crunch. Hold on. We'll finish in a full body crunch with heavy springs. For me, that's too light and too heavy springs. I'll use my long cables, put them into my hands, and lay my spine super flat down on the carriage. That's a full body heavy movement crunch. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. So, adding my heavy spring load on. And then grabbing my cables into my hands. Spine will stay super flat down on the carriage. I like to start with my knees in tabletop position. So knees over hips, rather than knees over belly button. Knees over hips, and then make sure that your spine is flat down on the carriage. Sharp breath out, pull your belly button to your spine. See how that just activates those muscles, making sure that not only our core looks super nice and snatched, but working longevity, protecting our spine, and then also just all those vital organs right in your core. Okay, so from here, with a sharp breath out, I'll lift my head, my neck, and my shoulders, crunching up. And then in breath as you release, stop your palms right over your shoulders. Don't let them come over your head, so over shoulders is where you stop. Crunching up. This should feel like a heavy movement, but it shouldn't feel like you're having to jerk your head to push the cables. Just full range of motion for 15 seconds. We'll start to move through some variations. In 10 seconds, you crunch all the way up. In 5 hundredths, 3, 2, and 1. I'm crunched all the way up. Now hundreds, keeping my legs either in tabletop, or if you're advanced, you can straighten on the diagonal, and then hundreds. Maybe finding the length of your thigh, or just pulsing in small, controlled, but vigorous movements. 10 seconds, feet go up a wall, palms stop right where they are. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Feet up a wall, palms stop right where they are. From here, I'm going to drop my feet while I lift my palms. That's a suitcase crunch. Super spicy. Linger. And then crunching all the way up like I'm folding my body in half. You get smaller and longer. Keeping that spine down. Remember, no keyholes, no mouse holes. 10 seconds, bicycle crunches. We crunch to either side of our pulled in knee in 5, and 3, 2, and 1. So bicycle crunches, you pull one leg in, palms drop on either side of that pulled in leg, opposite shoulder lifts up high. We'll go 30 seconds here, and then finish with our lower half. So our booty, outer thigh, that glute work that you're looking for. 20 seconds to go. Keep moving. If you need, you can just head back to your full range body rock crunch. I'm gonna stick with this for 10. We'll keep our heavy spring load in 5, heading to some booty work. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your heels. All right, now let's get into a little bit of booty action. So I have heavy springs on right now. That's 2 light springs and 2 heavy springs. We're gonna start just with some heavy squats. Both feet tucked in between your straps if you have them. Taking your feet just a little bit further than hip width distance, we will drop down into a squat, keeping our knees flared out as you drop down, like you're trying to sit on something like a chair behind you, and then lifting right back up. We want to keep the carriage stable. Should start to feel this in the outer thighs, outer glutes. Lift and lower, 4 seconds on your pace down and 4 seconds on your pace up. Try not to go much faster than that. Remember, time under tension in these classes is the most important thing just after form. So I'd rather you go a little bit lighter on your springs and be able to stay in the work longer versus trying to push heavy springs for a shorter period of time. So 10 seconds. Let's drop all the way low, making sure that your knees are over your ankles. Don't let them jut out over your toes. In 3, 2, and 1. Drop all the way low, hold. Now pulse up and down. Finding the knife edge of your feet, finding your heels, we'll just pulse for 8. Stay low in 3, 2, and 1. All the way low. Now half range of motion, halfway to the top, all the way to the bottom. Just as slow, but half range of motion. 8 seconds, go down first, full range. In 3, 2, and 1. Down first, full range of motion. One little extra squeeze of the glutes, one little extra pinch at the top, and then we drop back down. If you want your heart rate elevated, hands can come overhead. I will not be doing this, otherwise you'll be hearing me breathing super heavy into the microphone, heavier than I already am. Let's go 10 seconds, double skater. We drop all the way low in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. All the way low. Double skater, so we're keeping our weight centered as we open the carriage and the platform away from each other. Keep everything centered. This is a bilateral movement, so we're using both of our legs here. Staying low, sitting back into that imaginary chair behind you. Knees stay tracking over ankles as best as you can. We'll find our halfway point in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Find your halfway point. Now just pulse your squat up and down, up and down. My quads really feel this when I pulse in the halfway point. 8 seconds, back to your full range double skater in 3, 2, and 1. Full range double skater. Ten seconds, 1 double skater, 1 heavy squat. In 5, combo, 3, 2, and 1. That's 1 heavy skater combined with 1 heavy squat. Remember, your weight stays centered the entire time. We're just comboing between these 2 movements. Extra squeeze at the top really focuses on that center glute, making sure that it's lit up the entire time, since that's what we're really looking for. All right, in 10 seconds, we have a single leg dancing skater. I'll show you what that looked like. Let's drop low together in 5, in 3, 2, and 1, all the way low. So for a dancing skater, now instead of keeping your weight centered, we want to shift our weight off to either side. So my weight will shift onto the carriage as I push away from the front platform. Then weight will shift over the platform as I push the carriage away. I'm going to drop down weight for this one since it gets quite a bit heavier now that we're in single leg work. Dancing skater. Pushing the carriage away, leaning over the platform, and then pushing the platform away, leaning over the carriage. Again, you can be facing either direction on your machine since all of this is going to be facing one way. We're not going to have to flip around. Just your dancing skater. Almost feels like you're skating down a black diamond mountain. Actually don't know, I've never done that before. This is what I would imagine it feels like. 10 seconds, we'll go back to our heavy squat. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Back to your heavy squat. Take a quick little rest at the top if you need it. I'm trying to impress you guys, so I won't be doing that. I'm coming down to medium spring load. In 10 seconds, we're back in our single leg work. We'll flip around, stand on the carriage with our right foot first in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. So medium spring load for me, that's 1 light spring and 1 heavy spring. We'll flip around, place our right foot on the carriage. If you have a strap, drop it under your strap. If not, that's fine. And then left toes super high on your front platform. We'll drop out into our lunge, except instead of standing up in your lunge, we're gonna bend and extend our back knee. So bend your left knee, extend your back knee. Staying low the entire time. Pressing firmly into your front heel. I got this hinge in my back to protect my back. Hinge in my hips rather to protect my back, and then belly button was always pulled in tight. Maybe looking at one singular spot on the floor in front of you to help you keep your balance. Let's take both of our knees to 90 degrees in 5, hold it right there for a split squat. 3, 2, and 1. Both knees 90, split squat, rise, split squat, lower. Really making sure that you're stamping in through that front heel. Just like you're dipping your back knee into the well. Till both of your knees come to 90 degrees. We'll drop all the way low, go back to your full range of motion in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Back to full range of motion here. "10 seconds, we'll switch the legs, do the same thing on the other side. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs, same thing on the other side. Again, if you have your strap, tuck your left foot now under the strap. If you have grip socks on, that's where those grip socks come into handy as well to make sure that you're not sliding around on the machine too much. Bend and extend your back knee. You stay low the entire time. Head and shoulders are the same height the entire time. So we're not jumping up and down. We're sliding forward and backward. Readjust whenever you need it. "10 seconds, both knees to 90 degrees. In 5, ready for your split squat. 3, 2, and 1. Both knees to 90. Now split squat, drop, split squat, lift. Carriage stays still as you split squat. Don't forget to breathe. As you stand, breath out. As you drop, breath in. 10 seconds, back to full range of motion. in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Back to full range of motion. We'll go standing outer thighs. This time you'll flip back around, face the same way we started. In 8 seconds, back to your heaviest spring load that you had when we started. In 3, 2, and 1. So back to my heavy spring load. For me, that's too light, 2 heavy springs. I have my feet tucked in my straps once again. If you have straps, if not, it's fine. As long as you have your grip socks on. Feet will start hip width distance or a little further. And then bilaterally, I'll extend the carriage and the front platform away from each other. And then resist against the tension on the way in, almost slower on the way in than you went on the way out. Micro bend in your knees. If you hinge in your hips ever so slightly forward, you'll get more outer glute rather than outer thigh. Ten seconds. Find your furthest point in range of motion. In 5, hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Furthest point in range of motion, hold it. Now just pulse out and in. Control the movement. You might not even barely see the carriage moving. Remember, we're still centered. Imagine both surfaces you're standing on are moving, not just the carriage. 8 seconds, halfway point, fingertips behind your ears. In 3, 2, and 1. Find your halfway point, fingertips by your ears. Now, good mornings. We'll drop our glutes directly back behind us. Back stays flat. Feel the stretch behind the back of your legs, right in your hamstring. And then as you rotate forward, extra pinch of your glutes. You'll feel it right in the center of your glute to the top. So imagine that there's a wall behind you. You're trying to punch out that wall, pop, pop, pop with your butt. And then rotate up and forward. We'll go back to our full range, standing outer thighs in 5. Come to stand. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your standing position. Press the carriage out and drag it right back in. Little finisher is 1 standing outer thigh and then 1 heavy squat combo. We'll get there together in 10 seconds. 1 standing outer thigh and then 1 heavy squat in 5 combo. 3, 2, and 1. Standing outer thigh. And then when your feet are a little further than hip width distance, you drop down into your squat. Keeping those knees flared out. Imagine that you have a booty band on your knees and you're trying to pull it apart the entire time. I'm almost lifting the inner side of my feet. Almost lifting my toes. This is your finisher. We just have 20 seconds on the clock. If you want to add on, you can add a little pulse at the bottom of your squat or maybe a booty band flare before you come right back up to your standing outer thighs. Let's go 10 seconds on the clock. Keep moving and breathing. Last 5, last 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Remember, I have other classes on my channel. Go ahead and pick maybe an upper body workout to finish. And then make sure you stretch, lots of water, lots of protein always. After these classes, you got to build up the muscles that you just burnt down.